Are you letting people in now?
Not yet.
All the best.
Thank you.
I will be streaming live, so please make me co-host. Okay.
I have a question. Why is Saloni is also logged in from Valid's ID?
I'm logging in from both the IDs.
Okay, then what is Shraddha going to log in from?
So she can log in from this only. I'm changing my name.
So you're going to have 3 people logging in from Valid's ID.
Yeah, I need both Valid and mine. Where is Shraddha?
I'm updating you.
Oh, I can't see you.
Haven't
She's on the phone.
signed in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So people have already started messaging. I'm able to log in now.
36. Mayank, who started the session?
Hi.
Okay, you'll have to make the others the co-host.
Okay.
Mayank, can you make me the host because co-host can't stream live on Facebook?
Ooh, okay.
That's why I said I'll start, but okay.
Don't worry, I'll make you the host. Change your name to something.
I'm able to. Oh. Did you make me host?
I'll make you the host. Yeah, you're the host now. Make me also the co-host back again.
Yeah. Made. Rupini is co-host, right?
Don't let people in yet.
Yeah.
Where are our
Do
panelists?
you want to let the panelists in first so you can do any testing if required?
Yes, partly that's what we do.
So I'll let them in.
Identify your panelists. Good morning, Ashok sir. Pranam.
प्रणाम सर, प्रणाम मयंक जी, कैसे हैं?
बढ़िया, आप कैसे हैं?
बहुत बढ़िया। अब यंग लोगों को अपने साथ देखते हुए लगता है कि भाई हमारी परंपरा कायम रहेगी और अब बेफिक्र होकर के इस दुनिया से जा सकते हैं।
कहीं नहीं जाने सर, अभी तो बहुत समय है आपको बहुत लोगों को इंस्पायर करना है. Thank you so much for coming in. Good morning, sir. Colonel Subhang Murthy, sir. Thank you so much for joining in with us today. So you'll have to unmute yourself.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me. Small correction, I am Commander Subhang Murthy. I am from the Navy.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Colonel is a rank in the Army.
Apologies, sir. I do have the written thing.
No
it's
problem.
just...
I know these are small issues.
Sir, I have a small
not
question.
in
Is it possible that in the
nice
profile
all
name,
of
can we make it as Commander Subhang Murthy, sir? Is that a possibility?
sorry, in the name?
Yes, sir. It will
In
be
the
easy
name?
for other people to address you, sir.
Yeah, I'll try. Really don't know. I'm not very but
So where your name is, sir,
conversant with
that if you
the.
click on, you will be able to rename yourself as your profile. Good morning,
Uh,
Major Sonu.
Where my name is, I tap on that.
Yes, sir. There you'll have the chance of renaming yourself.
so I can help you with that if you'd like.
Yeah, please do, ma'am. I'm not conversant with the.
Sure, I'll do that for you, sir.
Okay, that will be nice. Thank you.
Good morning, Deepak, sir.
No, sir, Bhaiya. I'm just 24.
Well, today you are our guest, and today you are Deepak Ji, at least, if not sir.
Okay. Thank you for having me, sir. Thank you for having me on this show.
Thank you so much, sir. Your work speaks for itself, and I think it's an honor for to have you along with us. And I'm sure a lot of our parents, our students are waiting for listening to a lot of our stories already. We already have about 55 people waiting, actually more than that already inside. So yeah, I'm just waiting to let them in a couple of minutes. We'll just get things sorted accordingly. Good morning, Major Sonu. Thank you so much for joining us. I would make the same request of you, ma'am. If you could rename your profile to Major Sonu, it'll be easy for students and parents to address you, if that's a possible. Ashok sir, if you could also do
Yes. I'm trying to do this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for doing it on my behalf. I was really struggling how to do it.
That's okay.
Just as I'm sure the team has already spoken with you yesterday and given you a small brief. I will be spending the first couple of minutes welcoming the audience.
So, Deepak, I don't think I have met you. Sorry, but I understand you've been writing books and all. And can I just know what sort of books you've written?
Yeah, sir. I've written 2 books. The first one is The Shershah of Kargil. It is the biography of late Captain Vikram Batra.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. And the second one is the Kargil folklore. That depicts the 5 major battles which were fought during the Kargil war: the Battle of Tiger Hill, the Battle of Tololing, Battle of Point 4875, then the Battle of Khalubar, and the Battle of Three Pimples.
Wow, that's really nice. And what inspired you to write about these books?
Sir, actually, when I was in class 7 or 8, when the 10th Vijay Diwas had happened, so that time actually I had seen a lot of war movies, sir. When I was a young boy, when I was 7 or 8, I had seen all these movies: Lakshya, LOC Kargil, and of course Border on the television. So that time, sir, I was inspired by all this. And then as I grew up and as social media started to rise and it went on the boom, I saw videos of these people on YouTube. And then I had a deep interest for that. Then I came in contact with Mr. Vishal Batra, the twin brother of Captain Vikram Batra.
Yes.
And through that, the entire process began, sir. It began in 2016 and continuing.
Oh, that's really nice. Really nice to know that. I didn't know. I'll definitely look forward to reading your books now. Now that I've come to know about it. So it's really nice. You're doing an excellent job.
Sir, in fact, I have a friend in the Navy, sir. Like, he's senior to me. He's a lieutenant. He's a lieutenant. I think lieutenant commander, sir. Lieutenant commander.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
his name is Lieutenant Commander Akshay. He's the son of a martyr, sir. He's the son of a Major Bhandarkar, who was martyred in '99.
Okay.
Shaurya Chakra winner. So he's now following the footstep of his dad.
That's
He's
really
of
nice.
Vizag, sir. He's off
Yeah,
Vizag right now.
just by the first name, it becomes a little difficult to identify a person in the armed forces.
Hmm.
But if I do come across somebody, I will definitely mention this that we discussed about him. It's really nice to know that.
Just to enter in, I'm sorry I got disconnected that time. A few internet issue I had suddenly, but it's all back to good now. So it's about 10:59 now, so we'll be starting our session. So I would request all of us to just be over here, enjoy the session. Please feel free to add in your perspectives. I apologize in advance if I make any mistake, but I will try my best to speak less honestly. My honest part is more towards the first 10 minutes, and then it's honestly all over to you guys. I'll be just asking questions and being a bridge between a lot of our participants and the panelists. So yes, that's our intention. And with that, I think we will start the process of letting people in. Shraddha, Saloni, if you could let people in, and I will perhaps start our session that time. Great.
All the best to everybody and all the best to Valid. Excellent initiative.
I consider that we've muted already, everyone. A very good morning to every single person who's joined in today's session. Today is the 21st anniversary of this great day called the Kargil Vijay Divas. Our organization, Valid Initiatives, is proud to be part of this great culture, this great country. And today we celebrate these heroes and all these present heroes who live amongst us, these frontline warriors who have allowed us to sleep well at night, to live fearlessly in the day, to pursue our dreams, to love our family. It is something which a lot of us have grown up in our life with. And to understand the importance of freedom is something I think best told to us by someone who's on the border, saving and living a life of so much difficulty for us. Today is a celebration of one unfortunate but also very important piece of history. I welcome you to this session, and I applaud you that you have taken time on a Sunday where you could have lazed around. You could have slept and done nothing, but you chose to sit in front of your screen to listen and to make your children listen to the story of one of the most glorious moments of our history. I would like to begin by sharing something which a friend of mine shared with me in the morning. Jab dhulda khun shahido da, takdir bandi komanadi, which means when the blood of our martyrs is flown, the destiny of your country, of our country, is created. It's changed. It's taken to greater heights. Today we celebrate such people. My name is Mayank Solanki. I am from an organization called Valid Initiatives, which I started a few years back with a very simple intention that how could I make a difference in this world by bringing in 21st century values, life skills, character to children of all ages and even their families. Today is an effort towards that. And as we celebrate Kargil Divas, I would like to first start by sharing a few minutes about the story of this Kargil Vijay Divas itself. With us, we have beautiful panelists who probably will know much better and more than me, but my intention is just to build a foundation. In Hindi, they say a bhumika, and from there, we will take this conversation ahead. So when we think of Kargil Vijay Divas, which is celebrated on the 26th of July every single year since 1999 or 2000 rather to be specific, we remember the extreme valor, sacrifice, exemplary courage, which has been shown by Indian soldiers. And as we gather today, let us remember that freedom comes at great cost. For a lot of the children and parents who are excited by war, dear parents and children, war is one of those places where nobody wins. Not a mother, not a father, not a son, not a country, no one wins, but it has to be done. For in our scriptures, it's also said, it is sometimes a dharma yuddha. It is sometimes the victory of right over evil why we have to take up our arms. So as we move ahead, today we celebrate the victory and the successful completion of Operation Vijay. जिसके नाम में ही विजय लिखा हो, उसका अविजय होना तो possible ही नहीं. It was that kind of energy and that kind of vision and a positive affirmation. It was that we have to win, we will win. And as history has it in its pages now, we did win. And it wasn't just this one operation. There was one more operation called Operation Safed Sagar, which was about removing all these elements, these extremists who have entered our country wrongly. And that's how this entire thing went ahead. So today I would like to simply first point out, and I know this, I asked this for one of my children, to all my panelists out over here also. मैंने कुछ बच्चों को पूछा कि if you were to imagine where Kargil is, 9 out of 10 students imagine Kargil on the borders of our country. But dear parents and dear children, it is the truth that Kargil is almost at the heart of this crown of our country. Now, a lot of students think that then how did Pakistan reach all the way till there? What were we doing when we came from the first edge to the middle? Dear children, what map which you and I see, right? For example, maybe this would be a little easy way of understanding. This is the true actual line of our country, but the reality on the ground is that so much part of our country is occupied in this crown part of our country is occupied by Pakistan, which we call as Pakistan occupied country. On the right side, there is a place called Akshay Chin, which you would have heard of, which is this illegally occupied place by China. And there are these borders of lines where we have been having disputes from so many years. And Kargil is at one of those very close points where this entire incident happened. Where, in a very simple way to mention, and I will not tell too much about it, and I'll leave it to the panelists, Pakistan illegally, while our prime minister, our former prime minister at that point of time, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, was extending hands of friendship in Lahore, backstabbed by the army of Pakistan, this place, the outposts at this place were illegally occupied by the Pakistan army. And they were at a height. It is a huge disadvantage when you're at it, almost like a fortress, that they are up over there and we have to reclaim those places. Hundreds of them were taken. And when we came to know about the scale of it, it is a fact that 200,000 Indian troops were mobilized for this, anywhere between that. And the war officially came to an end in 60 days. In 2 months of that frigid cold, this war was fought, and India won and gave a decisive blow to our enemies. 527 soldiers officially were lost, were martyred in this war. Over 1,600 of them were seriously injured in this entire thing. That is one of the reasons why I was mentioning to everyone that in war, there is no victory. And today, I would like to point out a few important people who are part of this journey, few heroes which all of us must know about. The first one, whom I probably is the most famous hero of this. I believe each of those 200,000 people were heroes. Each of those 20,000 on the ground were heroes. But some of them have exemplary stories. The first one is none other than Captain Vikram Batra. He was of the 13th Jammu and Kashmir Rifles, and he immortalized himself when he radioed in to his commanding officers saying such an amazing line, "Ye dil mange more." He said, "Ye dil mange more. I want more of this. I will not let back down." And the odds which he faced was something which has become of an army folklore. It is something which has immortalized in our minds. He died fighting Pakistani forces during this war at the age of 24. If anyone thinks that you need age to be strong and courageous, this man will prove you wrong. He was awarded the highest wartime gallantry award called the Param Veer Chakra posthumously. Due to his exemplary feat, he was awarded many titles, not only during this thing, but he was fondly called as the Tiger of Dras, which is one of the villages right next to Kargil. He was also called the Lion of Kargil. Next, we also have, I think it's Lieutenant Balwan Singh. He was called the Tiger of Tiger Hill. And at 25, he led soldiers on the Ghatak platoon through a steep, treacherous path on a 12-hour journey to reach the hilltop. The story is special for this reason. The assault took the enemy by surprise because no one expected that the Indian army would take one of the most difficult paths to reach Tiger Hill. In the end, in a close combat, Balwan Singh killed 4 enemy soldiers despite being seriously injured. And he was one of the main reasons why our country won this war. Next, we have Yogendra Singh Yadav. He was one of the youngest persons ever to be awarded the Paramveer Chakra along with Vikram Batra himself. He was the sole survivor of an attack on Tiger Hill in which he took 15 bullets, children. 15 bullets. He was the part of this Ghatik platoon, and he was one of the persons who recaptured three strategic bunkers on Tiger Hill on July 4th, 1999. Next, we have Major Rajesh Adhikari, who was leading the central arm of a 10-man teams trying to capture a bunker at 16,000 feet at Tololing feature. He displayed exemplary valor in recapturing Tololing, where he engaged in direct combat with Pakistani soldiers. Next, we have Vivek Gupta of the 2nd Rajputana Rifles, who was leading a dangerous uphill assault against the Pakistani intruders. He also helped in capturing 2 bunkers before the enemy bullets tore his torso open in Dras. That is the gruesome death which he had, but he was martyred in a cause which helped his entire unit to victory. Next, we have Nayak Digendra Kumar. Just look at the way he stands. It's something which brings fear in the eyes of the enemy the moment they look at him. And he's known best for his ability and his contribution to recapturing Tololing at the same time. He killed Major Anwar Khan of the Pakistan Army in a hand-to-hand combat by slitting the enemy's throat with his dagger. And he was the one who planted India's flag on the hilltop before falling unconscious. When they make a promise that they will or die, this man win and then died. Next, we have Major Padmapani Acharya, who was a company commander and assigned the task of recapturing an enemy position in Tololing. He brazed hail of Pakistani shells and bullets, and finally, he overran the enemy position. He was grievously injured in the process and succumbed to his injuries soon after completing his mission. Again, completing his mission. Next, we have Rifle Sanjay Kumar, the last in our series. He was once a taxi driver, children, a taxi driver, and he was rejected thrice by the army. Today, he is the youngest of the 3 surviving Paramveer Chakras decorated soldiers of the Indian Army. It's a salute wherever Rifleman Sanjay Kumar is. Thank you for the great sacrifice that you made for us today. And I've been told that there are 2 more people. Yes, absolutely. So we have Lieutenant Manoj Kumar Pandey. I remember mentioning about him in one of my TED Talks. So he was a soldier of the 111 Gorkha Rifles. Again, one of the most famous units of our entire army. Perhaps their contribution has been more recognized than any other. His team was tasked to clear the enemy positions in order to prevent his battalion from getting exposed in daylight. And he led his team valiantly, and he was shot on a ledge, but he made it to the top of the cliff with a bleeding leg. Imagine limping all the way around in this thing. He busted enemy soldiers before succumbing to bullets. His daredevil finally led to the recapture of Khalubar. And then we have Major Saurabh Kalia. On 15th May 1999, he and other 5 soldiers had gone on a routine patrol of the Bajrang Post. It was this platoon which actually led us to discover that Pakistan Army had occupied these posts much in advance and had broken the agreement which we had with them since 1971. So didn't all these acts of bravery and courage bring about a deep sense of respect, wonder for all of these people protecting the nation and the people fighting for it? And now I bring across the ones who are with us today. In front of you and in our panelists today is a very dear husband of a very dear friend of mine. Commander Shubhang Murthy is joining us today. He's a retired naval officer with more than 25 years of service. He specializes in the aviation arm of the Navy, where he spent over 5,000 hours and he has 5,000 hours of flying experience, which includes flying in forward areas during various missions, as well as a flying instructor teaching young naval aviators the tricks of the trade. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Next, we have Dr. Ashok Kumar, and his story is perhaps the most interesting. He's actually been part of the Kargil posting himself. He's an ex-serviceman in the Indian Army. I've heard his personal stories myself, and they will bring, जैसे कहते हैं ना, रोंगटे खड़े हो जाएंगे, right? You will have goosebumps listening to his stories. And I think why he's also very beautiful is because he not only has been part of it, but he brings this army discipline, this rigorous training into the field of education. He's the founder of Moni International School, which is one of India's most unique schools, located in Delhi and recognized by several governments, UNESCO, for its unique model of teaching. I have been to this school. I have seen this magic happen. He's an awarder of several awards like Siksha Ratan Award, Rajdhani Gaurav Award, FB Nigam Award. The list keeps on going on. And when you hear him, you will see the passion which he has. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. Next, we have a very young Deepak Surana is with us over here. He's one of the youngest authors in our country who's written on this topic. He's 24 and he's the author of books like called The Sher Shah of Kargil, the story of Captain Vikram Batra, the Kargil folklore. And he has as much contributed without being part of the battlefield. His books have led to so many people being inspired by it. He is a person from Bangalore itself, from Bishop Cotton Boys School, and he's a graduate of the St. Joseph's College of Commerce. Thank you, Deepak ji, for joining us today, and we look forward to listening to your stories. Fabulous. And lastly, as a part of our panel, we have Major Sonu, who was commissioned in our army. She has served this country in very, very ways. It's a great honor for all women, at least, over here, who are so happy to see that it is not just male dominated. Sex has nothing to do with this, and she's an example for it. She has been key in recruiting so many people who are in this front line. Today, she is a blogger, a poet, an experiential learning facilitator. She's teaching all the tricks of the trade which she's learned in her career from so many organizations. And it's an honor for us to have us over here. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being part of this entire story. And as we had promised all our participants, that it isn't just about stories, but it's also about songs and poem. So I'm going to request one of our friends, Abhilasha, who's joining us today. And she has this beautiful poem, which she has written as a tribute to all our heroes of Kargil, all our ex-servicemen and servicewomen who have joined us today, and every Indian who's listening to this webinar today. So Abhilasha, we would love to listen to this beautiful poem that you've written for us. And also with that, I want to mention that we've touched about 100 participants now, and so many more who are listening to us directly on Facebook. The Zoom meeting has a limit of 100. We have several more listening on Facebook. So yeah, over to Abhilasha.
Thank you so much, Mayank. It's so wonderful to be here today amidst all these great soldiers, the real heroes of the world. I have penned a small poetry, and I would like to share this with all of you as a tribute on today's day. ऐ माँ, तुझे सलाम, तूने जन्म दिया एक महावीर को. ऐ माँ, तुझे सलाम, तूने जन्म दिया एक महावीर को. कैसे देश के लिए कर दिया उसे कुर्बान. शहीद वो हुआ, पर जानती हूं मैं, साथ में निकली होगी तेरी भी जान. कोई त्योहार नहीं मनाती होगी तू, न दशहरा, न होली, न दिवाली. बस उसके आने की राह देखती होगी तू. उसी दिन जगमग दिए जलाती होगी तू. मैं भी एक माँ हूं, पर अपने जिस्म की ऊंचाई से ज्यादा कोई कद नहीं है मेरा. सोचती हूं मैं कि जब जब अपने बेटे को गले से लगाती हूं मैं, दिल भर आता होगा तेरा. ऐ पिता, तुझे सलाम, तूने जन्म दिया एक महावीर को. रख कर अपने कलेजे पर पत्थर, भेज दिया उसे रणभूमि में. कितना रोया होगा तू जब खाई गोली उसने छाती में. ऐ वीर, तुझे सलाम, तूने कर दिया देश के नाम अपना जीवन तमाम. यह सर गर्व से उठ जाता है तुम्हारी कुर्बानी के किस्से सुनकर. ये दिल देशभक्ति के गीत गाता है तुम्हारी वीरता की कहानियां सुनकर. तेरे परिवार ने पाला तुझे, जाने कितने सपने बुनकर। मातृभूमि की रक्षा करना विदा किया यह सद्गुण देकर। तू वीर है, तू वीर है, तू महावीर है, इस देश की तकदीर है। तू वीर है, महावीर है, इस देश की तकदीर है। लांघ कर दुश्मन कोई आ न सके, तू वो लकीर है। लांघ कर दुश्मन कोई आ न सके, तू वो लकीर है। दिल रो रहा है आज तो गाया न जाएगा। शहीदों का ये बलिदान हमसे बुलाया न जाएगा। यह देश कर्जदार है उस गर्म लहू का, यह कर्ज पीढ़ियों से भी चुकाया न जाएगा। जय हिंद।
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Abhilasha. And so I know one beautiful thing, one more, Abhilasha, and I think this will be a nice thing for you. So when I was reading about this, there's a Kargil War Memorial in the Kargil district itself, and you know there's a plaque, kind of a memorial statue over there, and there is a poem written over there. And do you know what the poem's name is? Pushpa Ki Abhilasha.
Oh.
आपका नाम अभिलाषा है, आपने आज पोएम गाया, वहां पर भी एक पोएम लिखी और उस पोएम का नाम है पुष्प की अभिलाषा. This, I think, one of the most beautiful coincidences. I'm so happy that we had a chance from you. So thank you so much for your heartfelt poem. And by the way, everyone listening in, this is a poem written by Abhilasha. This is not taken from anywhere else, whatever. It is from her heart, from her feeling, that she's written this down for all of us. We thank you so much for the effort, Abhilasha, and the beautiful meaning which you've given us. And now moving from poem to song, and then we move to the panelists. Now is to the song. This is a beautiful song sung by one of our other teammates, Saloni. We are all looking forward to this beautiful song. She's a singer herself. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Thank you, Mayank. So I'm sure all of you have heard this song. I would love it if all of you hum it along with me, and all of you enjoy the song.
ऐ वतन वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू, मैं जहाँ रहूं जहाँ में याद रहे तू। मेरे वतन ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, तू ही मेरी मंजिल है पहचान तुझी से। पहुंचूं मैं जहाँ भी मेरी बुनियाद रहे तू। ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, ऐ वतन मेरे वतन। तुझ पे कोई गम की आँच आने नहीं दो। कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रहे तू। ऐ वतन मेरे आबाद रहे तू। ऐ वतन जहाँ में याद रहे तू। ऐ वतन मेरे वतन, ऐ वतन मेरे वतन। लब पे आती है दुनिया की तमन्नाएं, जिंदगी की सूरत खुदाया मेरी, जिंदगी शम्मा की सूरत हो खुदाया मेरे। मेरे वतन ऐ वतन मेरे वतन। Thank you.
Beautiful, Saloni. Thank you so much. If all of you who are listening in like the song, you felt the message of it, then I think you can just simply clap like this, right? You are absolutely, that part. Thank you so much, Saloni. Now coming to the discussion part of it, we move on to the panel discussion part of it. Panelists, please kindly unmute yourself whenever you feel you want to contribute to this question. You can contribute to this, to any question which you feel you want to put in perspective to. To all the one who are listening in, after the panel discussion, we have the Q&A where you will be directly be able to ask. We already had many of you filled in a form to be part of this. And we have some beautiful questions with you. Apart from that, also, you will be able to ask the chat box. In the chat box, when we see it, we will identify the questions and we'll give you the chance to either read it out or to speak it out in your itself. So beginning first with the panel discussion, which we've already have. My first question to our panelists is that while we speak about Kargil as a war itself, and a lot of our students who are listening to this weren't even born when this war happened. So why was Kargil was such a difficult war to win from India's perspective, and why does it mean so much to our entire country? Would any panelist would like to go with that, please?
Yeah, I can go with that if.
Yes, sir. So Commander Shubhang Murthy would like to start. So we'll listen to you first. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, a very apt question. Why was Kargil war such a difficult war from our point of view? As you had already brought it out during your initial introduction, Kargil is not exactly on the political border, as you had mentioned. It's right in the heart of our state of Jammu and Kashmir, but it is right along the line of control. And what actually gets missed out while looking at the map is that these points, Tololing, 0.5140, the whole lot of them are numbers, but they're all at an extremely high altitude. And what these Pakistani infiltrators, whether it be the regular army or the Mujahideens, they had occupied critical heights on these hills, which overlooked our entire main highway which connects Srinagar to Leh, and their main aim being to cut off the supply of our movement of our troops, our logistics, etc., to the Siachen Glacier, basically, so that they can eventually control Siachen Glacier. Why it is difficult for us? Because they were sitting right on top. They could see us coming. They could pinpoint us. They can fire at us and ensure that none of us reach their position. That made it even more difficult for all these heroes and the 200,000 others who were there trying to fight to reach them. But as we have seen it, our men did it, whether taking the longer way, the difficult way, but we did it. And that is why it became all the more difficult for us to win this war and to take actions against the Mujahideens, which initially the Pakistani said that they're just Mujahideens, they are just terrorists, they are not army personnel. And because of that, our armed forces could not actually go in openly with all their weaponry, because it is not a conventional war, it is an armed conflict, and that is why it is very critical for us.
Now to add to what sir told, from the 200,000 soldiers who were mobilized on the border, like most of them were actually operating in the Kashmir Valley, in places like Sopore, Baramulla, Kulgam. So there the height is around say around 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 feet, 5,000 to 6,000 feet. But then suddenly, due to the unforeseen circumstances which had taken place in the area of Dras, Mashko, Batalik, these people were pushed over at a 72-hour notice. All the troops were mobilized at a 72-hour notice, and they were told to report to Dras. So once they reached Dras, they were put through a crash acclimatization of a week or so, a crash acclimatization course. So just imagine a person is put from a height of 4,000 to 5,000 feet, and he's told to fight a battle at 17,000 feet. and just in a 1 week acclimatization program, and with a 20 kg backload, which includes the rifle, the sleeping bags, the bullets which they carry. So this made the Kargil war very difficult. And also at that time, what had happened was Pakistan had actually caught us by surprise. Like you told that they had backstabbed us. So once any enemy achieves surprise in a war, so he is always at the upper hand. And Pakistan had achieved that surprise. The Indian forces could not actually get the extent of the intrusion during late May. So to establish contact and to get proper information, it required 15 days, 15 to 20 days, the entire half month of June until Toroling was recaptured. It was spent in establishing contact, and we lost many lives in that. And to add to it, our then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee had given strict orders that at no point will the line of control be crossed. So the Indian troops could not attack the Pakistanis from the rear. So we had to launch frontal attacks. So due to that, we had a few casualties as well, because we also had to gather diplomatic support. So we stayed in our side because the Pakistanis weren't admitting that they have their people in. They are told that these are mujahids. So we could not cross our line of control. And it resulted in launching frontal attacks led by young officers aged 23, 24. And that's one of the things which made the Kargil war very difficult. And most of the officers were like hardly a year into the army, a year and a half. Captain Batra was a year and a half. Manoj Pandey was just 2 years into his service. Vijayant Thapar was barely 6 months. So without the experience also, it was the courage of these officers which led to a victory in Kargil.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So my next follow-up question to that would be then, so knowing that it was such a difficult war, what exactly did swing the war in our favor? So how did we win it from there?
मैं लगता है मुझे अब स्टार्ट हूँ.
हाँ, करेक्ट सर.
पहले कमांडर साहब को नमस्कार, मेजर सोनू मैम और यंग राइटर्स और सभी को नमस्कार. मेरी पहली पोस्टिंग, मैं राजपुताना राइफल रेजिमेंट का आदमी हूँ. मेरी पहली पोस्टिंग कारगिल हुई और मैंने कारगिल 2 साल देखा. मैं कारगिल के अंदर, हमारा 13,620 पॉइंट था. हमारा हाथी मत्ता वो हिल थी जो जिसकी शकल हाथी की तरह थी, उसका हेड, उस पर मैं पोस्टेड था. और 13,620 जो पॉइंट था हमारा, वहाँ 3 हाफवे लगते थे सर. मतलब 3 टीमें लगती थी ऊपर मटेरियल पहुँचाने में, कि 1 किलोमीटर आप ऊपर आओ, 1 किलोमीटर वो नीचे आएंगे, फिर वो ट्रांसफर होगा, फिर वो ऊपर ½ किलोमीटर ले जाएंगे, 1 किलोमीटर ले जाएंगे. इस तरह करके पूरे दिन में हम अपनी रसद पहुंचाते थे. सच बताऊं, मैंने कारगिल की मेरी पहली पोस्टिंग थी. और क्योंकि वहाँ पर बड़ी सुंदर बात राइटर दीपक जी ने कहा और कमांडर साहब ने जितनी अच्छी तरह बताया, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान ने वहाँ पर नॉर्दर्न लाइट इन्फेंट्री लगा दी थी, जो एक्सट्रीमिस्ट के रूप में और इंट्रूडर्स के रूप में उनको पोस्ट किया गया था. अच्छा, मेरे साथ 1-to-1 ब्रिगेड था हमारा, और हम 3, एक आपको पता है कि एक ब्रिगेड के अंदर 3 इन्फेंट्री यूनिटें होती हैं. हम लोग राजरीफ के 20 राजरीफ के लोग थे, उसके बाद 9 गढ़वाल थी, 13 बिहार थे, 3 लोग थे, एक BSF की यूनिट भी थी हमारे साथ. तो हम लोग पोस्टेड थे फ्रंट पोस्टों पर. हाथी मत्ता पोस्ट मेरा था, सामने पाकिस्तान था. 13,620 बड़ी हाइट पे था. वहाँ से पाकिस्तान के अफसर मैच पर निगाह रखी जाती थी और OP हमारे बैठे रहते थे ऑब्जर्वेशन पोस्ट के. मैं LP पे हुआ करता था, लिसनिंग पॉइंट पर, और LP बिल्कुल पाकिस्तान के अंदर होता था. आप सोचो रात को कितना टफ होता था. जिन पोस्टों पर 42 की स्ट्रेंथ होनी चाहिए, वहाँ पर कुल 12 आदमी होते थे. बहुत सारी पोस्टों पे गन लगी रहती थी, परंतु आदमी नहीं होते थे. पीछे से नदी की पानी की आवाज़ जोर से, और सामने दुश्मन. मैं एक छोटा वाक्य बता करके अपने को पीछे करता हूँ कि रात में हम लोग क्या करते थे, बिल्कुल पैरों के पास के काली तार बिछा देते थे और तार में डब्बे बांध देते थे. जो खाने के डब्बे हमारे पेट फूड आते हैं, वो खाली करके उन डब्बों में पत्थर डाल देते थे, क्योंकि रात में पीछे से पानी की आवाज़ आती थी, सामने दुश्मन होता था. चांदनी रात में कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती थी, दिक्कत होती थी अंधेरी रात में. और हम उल्लू तो है नहीं जो रात में दिखाई देगा, तो हम कान से देखते थे। तो क्या होता था कि मैं एक रात की घटना बताता हूँ। मैं अपनी लाइट मशीन में लगा के बैठा हुआ था, सामने बिल्कुल सामने उनका पोस्ट था, कोई बीच में वो नहीं था, कोई भी आ सकता जा सकता था। छोटे से कट पे मैंने तार लगा रखा था और तार में पत्थर बांध रखे थे साइडों में, क्योंकि कोई क्रॉस करेगा तो वो तार दिखाई नहीं देगा और तार हिट होगा तो वो डब्बा बजेगा, जिससे हमें पता लग जाता था। तो रात में हम दोनों, हम भी और पाकिस्तानी भी, एक गेम होती थी कि वो कुछ जानवरों को हिंदुस्तान की तरफ मूव कर देते थे। अगर वो जानवर को तो पता ही कुछ नहीं, अगर वो जानवर क्रॉस करता था और वो हिट होती थी उसकी तार, तो अगर वो आवाज करने पे गोली नहीं चली तो इसका मतलब वो ये समझ लेते थे कि संतरी या तो इजी है या सोया हुआ है। तो ऐसा ही हुआ, मैं अपनी ड्यूटी पे था, मुझे 12 बज रहे थे, नए संतरी को नीचे से बुलाना था, बैंक नीचे से जहाँ आराम कर रहा था। और सच बताऊं साथियों, ऊपर वाला तो भले ही सो जाए, नीचे जिनकी सोने की ड्यूटी होती थी वो सो नहीं पाते थे, क्योंकि इतनी टेंशन होती थी दिमाग पे, कहीं ऊपर से संतरी सो तो नहीं गया। तो मैं अपनी ड्यूटी पे था, वहाँ पर तेल खूब आता था, मिट्टी का केरोसिन ऑयल काफी आता था, तो परमानेंट एक स्टोव जलता रहता था, उस पर एक प्लेट रहती थी ताकि लाइट ना हो। मैंने चाय का केतली चढ़ाई और मेरी गन मैंने पीछे रखी हुई थी, और चाय में जैसे ही मैंने कुछ डालने के मूड में हुआ, इतने में डब्बे की आवाज सुनाई दी। मैं आज तक नहीं समझ पाया कि जो मैंने एक्शन किया, शायद बिजली का करंट भी उतनी तेजी से एक्शन नहीं कर पाता। मैंने तुरंत पीछे जंप किया, अपनी गन उठाई, कॉक करी, क्योंकि कॉक करना और गन को फायर करना हम लोगों के लिए ऐसा ही जैसे सांस लेना। मैंने तुरंत अपनी गन उठाई, कॉक किया, पोजीशन पे आ गया, और आज तक मुझे इसका आंसर नहीं मिला कि मैंने 12 बजे पोजीशन ली, 2:30 बजे मेरे नीचे साथी की आवाज आती है, अरे भाई अशोक सो गया क्या? ये 2.5 घंटे 1 मिनट में कैसे बीते, मैंने अपने रोंगटे खड़े देखे थे, आज भी मुझे इसका आंसर नहीं मिला। तो कारगिल एक टफ था। टफ इसलिए था क्योंकि सामने हाइट थी, हमारा दुश्मन एक नहीं था, हाइट हमारे लिए दुश्मन थी, उनकी पोजीशन कैमोफ्लेज एंड कंसीलमेंट में थी, वो हमारी दुश्मन थी। हमें ऊपर चढ़ना था, हाइट पे स्पीड कम होती है, फिर चढ़ने के लिए हमें अपनी पोजीशनें चेंज करनी थी, ऐसी बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स थी। और सच द्रास के अंदर जो हमारा माउंटेनिंग वारफेयर ट्रेनिंग सेंटर था, वो उतनी ज्यादा आदमी प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर पा रहा था जो इस माउंटेन के अंदर चाहिए थे हमारे को। खैर, नाम नमक और निशान, भारतीय फौजियों का एक पागलपन होता है। हम लोगों की ये, मैं कहता हूँ, मतलब बल्कि अभी मैंने पोस्ट में लिखा कि हमारा मुकाबला जो था, ये एक डिप्लोमेटिक, मिलिट्री और एक ये विक्ट्री थी, मगर हमारा मुकाबला जो था वो सियारों से था, जैकल से था। वी वर फाइटिंग विद द जैकल्स एंड गैंग ऑफ द, यू कैन से, हुलिगन्स इन यूनिफॉर्म। क्योंकि आर्मी से लड़े तो मजा आता है, कमांडर साहब जानते हैं, मेजर सोनू मैम जानती हैं, आर्मी से लड़ाई हो तो दिक्कत नहीं है। दिक्कत जब होती है कि जब हमें सियारों से लड़ना पड़ता है, हमें आतंकवादियों से, क्योंकि हम प्रिपेयर्ड, हम हाथी हैं, हम प्रिपेयर्ड हैं आमने सामने की फाइट के लिए, ब्रेवरी के लिए। हम इसलिए प्रिपेयर नहीं है कि आप छिप पे भाग जाएंगे, आप ये कर लेंगे। हम तो हमेशा, भारतीय सेना कहती है, मुकाबले में आओ, बराबर आओ। मैं श्रीलंका में भी रहा, IPKF में, मैं कहता था सवेरे उठ के, हे भगवान, मौत जरूर देना, मगर आमने सामने का मौका 10 मिनट का जरूर देना, ताकि ये पता लग जाए किसकी माँ ने ज्यादा दूध पिलाया। दूध तो क्या सभी ने पिलाया होगा, मगर मन में लगता था कि ऐसे जो ब्लास्ट में हो जाए या कोई आर्मी के उसमें हो जाए, आमने सामने का मौका मिलना चाहिए। और लकली वो मार्टर्स तो बहुत काबिल थे, मुझे वो मौका नहीं मिला कि मैं शहीद हो पाऊँ। मौके बहुत आते हैं, क्योंकि इन्फेंट्री सोल्जर्स के बारे में कमांडर साहब भी जानते हैं और सोनू मैम भी जानती हैं, जो हालात हमारे होते हैं, बहुत मौके आते हैं। परंतु उन जितना सौभाग्यशाली कैप्टन विक्रम बत्रा या मैं अपने विवेक गुप्ता मेजर की तरह मैं उतना सौभाग्यशाली नहीं था। परंतु आज इस कहानी को कहने के लिए मैं आपके सामने था, और क्योंकि बहुत अच्छे अच्छे पैनलिस्ट हैं और सवालों के दौर है, तो मैं अपनी तरफ से अपने राइफलमैन, एज ए राइफलमैन आंसर देने को तैयार हूँ। और बाकी हमारे कमांडर साहब हैं, सोनू मैम हैं, और एक यंग राइटर जिन्होंने पूरी रिसर्च करी है, हम सब साथ हैं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing that. अभी मुझे एक simple सा question आया है कि what is the difference between जैसे when Commander Shubhang Murthy said that it was an armed conflict and not an all-out war. So how do you know the difference between that?
Okay, armed conflict and not a war. We all know what a war is. Like अशोक कुमार साहब ने बोला कि आगे आगे वाला भी फौजी है, वो भी तैयार होके आया है. That is war. हम युद्ध कर रहे हैं उसके साथ. आर्म्ड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है हमारी उनके साथ कुछ दुश्मनी है. इट इज अ फाइट, इट इज नॉट एग्जैक्टली अ वॉर. एंड लाइक इन्होंने बोला कि वो सामने वाले जो पाकिस्तानी रेगुलर आर्मी के लोग थे, लेकिन वो मुजाहिदीन जैसे कपड़े पहन के बैठे थे. एंड इट इज अ रूल ऑफ द वॉर, इट इज अ रूल ऑफ द आर्म्ड फोर्सेस दैट यू विल नॉट एंगेज सिविलियंस. आप सिविलियंस के साथ नहीं लड़ोगे, हम उनको प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं. वो भले हमारे देश के हों या दूसरे किसी और देश के हों, हम उनके ऊपर गोली नहीं चलाते हैं. मुजाहिदीन इसी का फायदा उठाते हैं. वो एकदम आम लोगों के जैसे कपड़े पहन के घूमते हैं, लेकिन उनके पास सारे वेपन्स होते हैं जैसे आर्मी के पास होते हैं, एंड वो हमारे पे गोली चलाते हैं. दैट इज आर्म्ड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. और उसी लिए लाइक दीपक ऑल्सो ब्रॉट आउट, प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैड सेड वी विल नॉट क्रॉस द लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल. मतलब वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू एंगेज इन अ वॉर, बिकॉज अगर हमने भी लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल क्रॉस कर दिया तो इट इज लाइक डिक्लेयरिंग वॉर, एंड दैट इज नॉट what was required at that time. And it was a very good decision. It made our task very, very difficult, but yes, we had to do it. Because अगर हम line of control cross कर देते तो वो war हो जाता. Pakistan would have said कि they have crossed the line of control, they have initiated, India has initiated a war. And that is why it is an armed conflict and not a war that we were fighting in Kargil at that time.
So Commander, you also are part of the aviation wing of the naval forces, correct? So I know that there was this Operation Safed Sagar where the Air Force provided a lot of support to the ground units. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Safed Sagar, like yes, it was Kargil was primarily more of direct action by the army and the Air Force, but that's where you have only two names, Safed Sagar and of Vijay, which are generally known as that. But all other forces, like Mr. Ashok also brought out that unke division mein, infantry mein BSF bhi part tha unke sath. So every other known paramilitary force, army, navy, even Coast Guard were involved indirectly or in support roles. I was in the aviation arm. We were tasked with maintaining a sort of barricade along the Pakistani coast. So what Navy did primarily was we cordoned off the entire coast of Pakistan. We ensured that no shipping vessel would reach Pakistan. We ensured that the oil supply lines and the cargo lines of Pakistan are hindered or reduced to a bare minimum. So we used to fly a lot. I used to fly an aircraft, which is a maritime aircraft. Basically, it is like a passenger aircraft, but it is filled with lot of equipment and sensors. We go out at sea and search for enemy ships, submarines, boats, anything. And then we monitor. We can check वो कहाँ जा रहा है, क्या लेके जा रहा है, किस स्पीड पे जा रहा है, what is the intent. और if required, हम अपने ही फाइटर्स को बुला सकते हैं या एयरफोर्स के फाइटर्स को बुला सकते हैं एंड बोल सकते हैं ये एनिमी का है, इसको डिस्ट्रॉय करिए. तो दैट इज द टाइप ऑफ रोल दैट नेवी प्लेड, कोस्ट गार्ड प्लेड. एंड सफेद सागर, दैट वाज द नेम गिवन बाय द एयरफोर्स टू इट्स ऑपरेशन लाइक ऑफ विजय. दे वर डायरेक्टली इन्वॉल्व्ड इन सपोर्टिंग द आर्मी. That is actually the first time, though it is an armed conflict, that Air Force used its state-of-the-art fighters to pinpoint, like Deepak brought out, it took time for us to identify where these people are hiding on those hilltops. Once they were identified, Air Force used its precision-guided munitions, their fighters, to destroy these bunkers. And the rest of it was done by the army, which they had to physically go, climb up, and destroy these bunkers.
Thank you. So
I come back to my question. Armed conflict is not exactly a state of war. When a state of war is declared, the whole country goes into a different type of preparation, movements, etc. But this is an armed conflict, which is like having a जैसे दंगा फसाद हो जाए किसी शहर में, that is an armed conflict.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing that.
Now to add to what sir said, actually as such, it was fought in a limited sector. Now, if you look at the other wars, which are fought in 65 and 1971, so the wars were fought across Rajasthan, Punjab, and all the sectors were opened up. But Kargil was fought in a limited space. And like we did not go all out. We did not use the tanks and we did not use the other arms of the army. It was basically in the infantry and the artillery with air support. So that is what's the difference between a normal war and an armed conflict.
Wonderful. So maybe my next question is to you specifically, Deepak Bhai. You've written books on the entire conflict and thing. Can you tell us some stories which generally we don't know about, which we don't read about, which are related to Kargil, which all of us can learn from, get inspired by?
Okay, I would like to bring the story of Nayak Balwan Singh.
I think we have Deepak Bhai is disconnected, or is he there? Yes, Deepak Bhai. Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
We can hear you, Deepak Bhai.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so there was one Nayak Balwan Singh from the 17th Jat Regiment. He was a part of the Battle of Point 4875. So on July 5th, 1999, he was actually caught behind a boulder. While he was fighting the battle, he was hiding behind a boulder and he was giving fire back to the enemy. At that time, what had happened was one enemy sniper took aim at him and fired multiple shots. And Nayak Balwan was severely injured. At that time, the other Jat soldiers, they tried to bring him back. They tried to bring him back from the fire, enemy fire. At that time, Nayak Balwan Singh told them, "Yaar, mat aao idhar, because agar tum log aoge, to tumhe bhi marenge. They will hit you," because the sniper had taken aim. For 24 hours, believe me, all your viewers, for 24 hours, Nayak Balwan Singh remained under that sniper fire. He kept firing back at the enemy. And he kept firing back at the enemy despite getting shot multiple times. He was bleeding. He was bleeding from his wounds. He lost his life on July 6th morning. So just imagine, he was caught behind the boulder on July 5th at morning 7 a.m. and he lost his life at July 6th, 6 a.m. And even though his comrades wanted to bring him back, he told them not to come because they themselves had. So that is one untold story from the Kargil war. Like, we have heard a lot of stories about Captain Vikram Batra, about Captain Manoj Pandey, about Lieutenant Vijan Thapar. But Nayak Balwan Singh was one such untold story. Then there was a story of Nayak Devinder. Now Nayak Devinder is still there. He is retired from the army. So there was on the morning of 7th July, 7 July ki subah ko, there was the Indian army could not proceed. They could not proceed on a ledge, which was, I think, just 3 to 4 feet wide. It was just 3 to 4 feet wide. After the martyrdom of Captain Vikram Batra, actually Vikram Batra had cleared one bunker. After that, they weren't able to move forward. So at that time, Devinder Singh told his buddy, "Yaar, tu mere kandon pe MMG rakh de," because the deployment space was very restricted. It was just 4 feet. So he told his buddy, "तू मेरा जो ये MMG है मेरे कंधों पे रख और उधर से दुश्मन के ऊपर फायर कर, ताकि हमारे साथियों को फायर सपोर्ट मिल सके आगे जाने के लिए." So this is the kind of bravery, and these are the untold stories. Like, as you have already told the stories of Manoj Pandey, Vikram Batra, these are like the celebrated war heroes. But behind every one celebrated war heroes, there are thousands of other war heroes who are uncelebrated. So these are two stories which come offhand immediately from the Kargil war, untold stories.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much. My next question is for Major Sonu. I think this is one question only you can answer first, Sonu ma'am. A lot of us have heard all stories of these servicemen who've done it, right? Can you share any story, whether part of Kargil or any other place, where women have played a big role, in contributing towards the safety of our country inside the army or any armed force part?
I think in the army, this MNC, not MNC, sorry, MNS. So this is the nursing this thing. So most of the women are there in that. Then there are women in Signal Corps. Women are there in all the corps of the army. So many women get an opportunity to go to the front line as in not in the active role of participating in the armed this thing, but otherwise. And so many women have contributed there in their own ways, women officers.
And how did you make this decision of joining the army?
My decision, since I see in the audience there are many children, so I would want to share with them my story of how I got into the army. Initially, my dad decided that, Sonu, you should go to the army. And I was like, okay, I will go. Papa hai, baat manni hai, I should go. I went. So I went for my first SSB in Bhopal, which I did not clear. SSB, for the knowledge of children, it is the Service Selection Board. That is the place through which you have to clear, only then you get into the merit list and then you become an officer. So my first SSB I did not clear, but when I went there, I was there for a good 5 days, and the experience I got 5 days brought into me that yes, next time I should come with that thing that I want to do it. So then came the passion, then came the motivation to join the army. Initially, I didn't have any inclination towards army, to be very frank. And second time when I went to Allahabad for my SSB, that is when I topped the merit and went into Army Air Defense.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing that bit. So now my next question is for perhaps all the ones amongst you who have been in active service. What is the meaning of patriotism? I think this is a very relevant question today because it's so blurred. Today, people on one side, we are all learning about globalism, that the whole world is one family. We have a common mantra or a common quote which we say, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is a family. It's one village. So in this context, how do we understand what is the meaning of patriotism? What is the meaning of loving your country? And all of us have so many different ways. So could you help us and our younger generation understand the meaning of patriotism? If maybe you could, Major Sonu, if you could start first and then to Ashok Bhai after.
Yeah, sure. So if you ask me, patriotism is being there for your country in whichever way you can be. Beautiful. Being there for your country doesn't mean that you have to don the olive green uniform or you have to be the, IAS, IFS and all those glorified patriotism thing, I would say. Patriotism is very basic thing. Just when you are stepping out, when you are taking any action, are you even thinking what impact my action is making on the country? If I am giving 1 rupee bribe, do I know what that 1 rupee will have an impact? 1 rupee to 10 rupee to 25 rupees to 1,000, 2 lakhs and crores then. So knowing the impact of your actions and being responsible for your actions is the most basic form of patriotism, if you ask me.
Beautiful, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ashok Bhai, over to you.
देखिए, मैं तो क्योंकि एक फौजी भी रहा और एक अब टीचर भी हूँ, जो यंग बच्चे जिनके साथ मैं काम करता हूँ वो सवाल अक्सर पूछते हैं कि पेट्रियोटिज्म है क्या सर, नेशनलिज्म है क्या सर. अच्छा क्वेश्चन होता है, उतना ही टिपिकल क्वेश्चन भी होता है. कमांडर मूर्ति साहब स्माइल कर रहे हैं इस बात को कि हम कैसे इसको रिप्लाई कर पाते होंगे, क्योंकि हम फौजियों के लिए पैट्रियटिज्म और नेशनलिज्म मेरा देश होता है, मगर देश तो सभी का है. देश तो वो जो लोग जो गलत करते हैं उनका भी होता है. तो साथियों, मैं जिस संस्कृति और सभ्यता की बाउंड्री जो है मेरी, क्योंकि वसुदेव कुटुंबकम आपने कहा, इस वसुदेव कुटुंबकम में जो मेरे देश में बाउंड्री मार्क करी संविधान ने, और इस संविधान ने जो जो नियम करे, उस संविधान के बाउंड्री के अंदर, उस नियमों की, उस बाउंड्री के अंदर की रक्षा और उसको बनाए रखना ही पैट्रियटिज्म मुझे और नेशनलिज्म समझ आता है। और उसकी संस्कृति और सभ्यता की रक्षा के लिए जान देना और उसको बचा के रखना हम फौजियों का कर्तव्य लगता है। मुझे लगता है कि मैंने आंसर, रेलिवेंट आंसर दिया है। मूर्ति सर, कैसा रहेगा ये?
बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने। आप तो टीचर हैं एंड आपने बिल्कुल सही फरमाया कि एक बहुत मुश्किल क्वेश्चन बहुत आसान है, पर इसका जवाब बहुत मुश्किल है किसी को भी समझाना। आपने जो बोला बिल्कुल सही बोला, मेजर सोनू ने बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया। तो इसका कोई डेफिनेट, आई थिंक, आंसर लिखित में कोई नहीं बोल सकता, बट लाइक सबने बोला कि इट इज आपका देश के अगेंस्ट प्यार इज एंड आप उसके लिए क्या करने को तैयार हो फॉर द कंट्री इज व्हाट आई फील इज पैट्रियटिज्म। कोई जरूरी नहीं है, लाइक मेजर ने बोला कि आपको आर्मी में रहना है, आपको या पुलिस में रहना है या आईएएस बनना है, कुछ नहीं। आप नॉर्मल घर में भी रह के पैट्रियट हो सकते हैं। आप जो अपनी भावना दिखाते हो अपने कंट्री के अगेंस्ट, बी इट नॉट गिविंग ब्राइब, adhering to all rules and regulations, trying to do something which will improve the country in small things. आप स्कूल में हो, आप स्कूल अपने सारे रूल्स फॉलो करिए, आप टीचर्स की बात मानिए, उनको रेस्पेक्ट करिए, वो भी पैट्रियटिज्म है। बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं वो चीजें आप लोगों को, वो आपको वो भावना दिलाएगा कि भाई ये मेरा है। जैसे आप बोलते हो ये मेरा स्कूल है, ऐसे आप कल किसी कॉलेज में जाओगे, किसी इंस्टीट्यूशन में जाओगे, कहीं आप नौकरी करने के लिए जाओगे, अब बोलोगे ये मेरा है। वो भावना जो है मेरा है और मैं इसके लिए कुछ भी करूंगा, जो करूंगा सही करूंगा, गलत काम नहीं करूंगा, is I think what is patriotism is all about.
Patriotism, to add to what sir has said, patriotism तारीखों पर नहीं जागनी चाहिए। Like आज जैसे अगस्त 15 हो गई, जैसे अगस्त 15 हो गई, जैसे 26 जुलाई हो गया, जैसे 26 जैन हो गया। Patriotism should be daily, every day होना चाहिए। And coming from a civil background, एक civil background से आते हुए मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि हम लोग उन लोगों के बलिदान के काबिल बनना चाहिए। हमको जो सैनिक बॉर्डर पे हमारी रक्षा करते, वी शुड बी वर्दी ऑफ द सैक्रिफाइसेस दे मेक ओवर देयर। हम दे विदाउट क्रिबिंग, मतलब सियाचिन में 21,000 फीट की ऊंचाई पे बिना कुछ सोचे समझे, द सोल्जर्स फाइट बिकॉज व्हाट दे लव। उनके पीछे जो है वो उनको प्यार करते। वो ऐसा नहीं कि वो जो उनके सामने दुश्मन है उनको हेट नहीं करते वो लोग, और जो उनके पीछे बैठे हैं उनको बहुत ज्यादा प्यार करते हैं, इसलिए वो आगे लड़ाई पे जाते हैं। एंड पेट्रियोटिज्म मतलब अगर हम सोल्जर्स को देखो तो वो कभी क्रिप नहीं करते। जैसे सर ने बोला, अशोक कुमार सर ने बताया था कि मतलब वो 12 साढ़े 12 जब हम लोग आराम से सो रहे थे इधर बैंगलोर में, दिल्ली में, कोलकाता में, तो सर उधर बॉर्डर पर थे। तो हम लोग जैसे छोटी छोटी चीजों पे क्रिप करते हैं काफी, मतलब नॉर्मल लाइफ में भी अगर कुछ खाना में नमक भी कम पड़ गया तो हम लोग क्रिप करते हैं कि यार ऐसा नहीं वैसा नहीं। बट इफ बॉर्डर पे जो लोग करते हैं स्मॉल थिंग, जैसे सर ने बोला कि अगर आप रोड पे आपका कचरा भी उठा के बराबर व्यवस्थित कर दो, मेक योरसेल्फ वर्दी ऑफ द सैक्रिफाइस, उनके बलिदान के काबिल बनो, दैट इज पेट्रियोटिज्म अकॉर्डिंग टू मी।
Wonderful, Deva. One of the most interesting ways of explaining that out. So, like for example, this also makes me think about that. Like for example, a common thing which we all hear is देश का क्या होगा, right? This is such a simple thing which so many people, elders especially, keep spreading is. तो मेरे लिए I think this is a very simple answer. इस देश का वही होगा जो हम उसका होने देंगे,
जो हम करेंगे।
To happen in this country is what will happen, and what you do is going to happen to this country. तो अगर आपका ऐसा attitude रहा तो यही होगा इस देश का। So dear children, remember that your country is your country. You have to make it great. कोई कंट्री जन्म से ग्रेट नहीं होता, उसको ग्रेट बनाना पड़ता है। कोई जन्म से अच्छा बुरा नहीं होता, वो बन जाता है। तो you have to take responsibility for what you are, and this is one of those beautiful examples which have been given to us by our ancestors. And remember that we all have the blood of these people in our veins itself, right? To take care of that is patriotism in the most simplest way. So thank you so much for sharing so many beautiful, all four of you had amazing answers to this. And now I'll move on to probably my last one or two questions, and then we'll open it up to all our participants that you can ask your questions directly. We will be able to take not all questions, but the most relevant ones we will for sure take. And one of the questions which I now want to ask is I think very relevant. A lot of people say that, you know, army wale, armed forces wale itne disciplined hote hain, ekdam time ke pakke hote hain, right? This is something which all of us have heard. Can you share something with our children and parents today that they can implement in their life? Right? All of us want to be disciplined, want to be time ke pakke, but India की एक चीज है जो मैंने बहुत सुना है कि हम हमेशा जल्दी में हैं पर और हमेशा लेट भी है. We are always in a hurry, but we are always late. तो इसको हम लोग कैसे एड्रेस करें? What can we learn from the armed forces way of life? Ashok sir, if you could start on.
देखिए, बहुत सुंदर आपने बोला, और क्योंकि मैं तो बड़े मंचों पे जाता हूँ तो मेरे साथ ये बहुत ज्यादा कहा जाता है इंटरनेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म पर कि भाई यू आर द नाटो पीपल. मैंने पूछा यार ये नाटो पीपल, नाटो तो कंट्री होती है, व्हाट डू मीन बाय द नाटो पीपल? बोला नाटो मीन्स नो एक्शन टॉक ओनली. I said them, बंद रखो यार, ऐसा नहीं है. हमारे लोग बहुत पैशनेट हैं, इसलिए बहुत जल्दी में है, मगर टाइमिंग की कदर नहीं है थोड़ी सी. देखिए, सेना में हम लोगों की बहुत ईयरली और आफ्टर 2 ईयर ट्रेनिंग होती है, हार्ड ट्रेनिंग होती है. पीस टाइम हमारा ट्रेनिंग का होता है और फील्ड टाइम परफॉर्मेंस का होता है. और इन्फेंट्री यूनिटों की, क्योंकि मैं तो जाट रेजिमेंट में 84 में मैंने ज्वाइन किया था और 92 में मैंने राजनीति, क्योंकि 84 में गदर हो गया था तो फौजों की एक एक यूनिट तोड़ दी थी और कास्टिज्म के हिसाब से भेज दिया था. मैं राजरीफ में पोस्टिंग आ गया था. तो मैं बल्कि आपको एक हैरानी की बात, एक छोटा सा मजाकिया फनी बताता हूँ कि जब मैंने जाट रेजिमेंट ज्वाइन करी तो मुझे नहीं पता था ये इतनी हार्ड रेजिमेंटें होती हैं. जाट रेजिमेंट बहुत हार्ड रेजिमेंटों में है बरेली के अंदर. मैंने ज्वाइन कर लिया और मैं गोल मटोल सा था. तो मेरा इंस्ट्रक्टर पीटीआई लाल रंग की जुराब पहनते हैं, आपको कमांडर साहब को ही पता है और सोनू मैम को ही पता है कैसे बीतता है दिन पीटीआईओं के सामने. तो वो कहा करता था, वो कहाँ है दिल्ली का गोलगप्पा? मैंने कहता था भाई साहब ये मेरे को याद करता है हमेशा 24 घंटे पीटी ग्राउंड में. और लोगों की पीटी शुरू होती 7 बजे और मेरे 6:30 बजे फ्रंट रूल शुरू हो जाते थे. आधा घंटा मैं फ्रंट रूल करता था, उसके बाद मेरी पीटी शुरू होती थी. खैर, वो मुझे कई बार कहा करता था, बेटा भाग जा, हम ना डेजर्टर की रिपोर्ट नहीं लगाएंगे, भाग जाओ. तो मैं उससे कहता सर जाऊंगा तो हरी वर्दी पहन के, और नहीं तो मेरी डेड बॉडी जाएगी सर. मैं दिल्ली में इतने प्यार से पला हुआ बच्चा, अपने माँ बाप का बहुत लाडला, और जाट रेजिमेंट बहुत हार्ड. मतलब जो 16 किलोमीटर की दौड़ होती थी तो लोग तो थकते थे और जाट रागनी गाते थे दौड़ते हुए. और मैं कहता था मैं थक गया. बोले उसमें दौड़ने में करना क्या होता है? पहले एक पैर आगे, फिर दूसरा पैर आगे, पीठ पे 18 किलो वजन, एक पैर आगे फिर दूसरा पैर आगे, क्या क्या बीतती होगी. तो डिसिप्लिन, सेना टाइमिंग के प्रति बहुत हार्ड रहती है. मुझे अच्छी तरह याद है जब शिव शक्ति ट्रेनिंग चल रही थी हमारी, जमीन पे छोटे छोटे खड्डे खुदे हुए थे बरेली में, उसमें करंट छोड़ दिया जाता है, हमें बोट लेकर के भागना होता है. और वो करंट इतना होता है कि पैर पे लगे तो मरेंगे तो नहीं, बेहोश होकर गिर जाता है. फिर वो बोट को पानी में पटकना होता है, उसमें बैठना होता है, पार करके अटैक मारना होता है. मुझे अच्छी तरह मालूम है 3 रात लगातार अटैक मारते रहे. कभी हम 3 मिनट लेट हो जाएं और कभी 5 मिनट एडवांस हो जाएं. वो दोनों तीनों बार कमांडर रिजेक्ट करते, सॉरी कैंसिल, कल फिर दोबारा होगा ये अटैक. सच बताऊं अब तो लगा कि चौथी रात अगर अटैक ठीक नहीं हुआ ना तो हम ही मर जाएंगे. अब जब इतनी ज्यादा फ्रेम में जब ये ऑफिसर्स लोग डिजाइन करते हैं इस ट्रेनिंगों को, सच बताऊं हमारी तो आत्मा भी टाइम के डिसिप्लिन हो जाती है. और हैरानी होती है, आप यकीन नहीं करेंगे, जब फौजी लोग मरते हैं ना तो हम लोग जब उनको लेटाते हैं ना तब भी नाप करके लेटाते हैं कि कोई आउट तो नहीं हो रहा इसके अंदर से. तो दोस्तों टाइमिंग बहुत जरूरी चीज है भाई. 1 मिनट से पहले मिस करा हुआ, मान लीजिए हमारी ट्रेनिंग चलती है, हमें अटैक मारना होता है, पीछे आरटी बम्बारिंग कर रही होती है. अब अगर हमारे से पहले 1 मिनट पहले वो स्टॉप कर दे ओपी उनका तो हम मारे जाएंगे, और अगर हमारे पहुंचने के बाद भी बम्बारमेंट हो रही है तो हम ही मारे जाएंगे अपने बमों से. तो टाइमिंग एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज रहती है हमारे ऊपर, और हम सालों इसकी ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, सालों. आप यकीन मानो कि सिर से सिर्फ 10 फीट ऊपर से गोले जा रहे हैं, वो गोले जो मतलब अगर चिल्लाओ ना तो कान के पर्दे फट जाएं, वो जा रहे हैं, बंद होते हैं अचानक, हमें अटैक मारना होता है प्रैक्टिस करके. और बैनेट फाइटिंग क्योंकि सर के टाइम में बैनट फाइटिंग चलती थी, सोनू मैम के टाइम में इन्होंने देखा हो, बैनट फाइटिंग में जब हम चिल्लाते थे तो वो कहता था भीख मांग रहे हो या लड़ाई कर रहे हो। मतलब आप सोचो, पूरा बैनट उस बोरी के अंदर डालने के बाद एक लात मार के जब बैनट निकालना होता था, कितनी प्रेशर चाहिए होता था। तो टाइमिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होती है दोस्तों, क्योंकि 1 मिनट की गड़बड़ी में दुनिया की बहुत बड़ी चीजें पलट जाती हैं। अपनी जिंदगी में एक बात मानो, मैं जब बाहर आया तो मैंने देखा लोगों ने टाइमिंग रखा 7:30 पहुंचने का, मैं 7:30 से 5 मिनट पहले पहुंच गया। लोग बोले क्यों आए हो, मैंने कहा टाइम 7:30 का था। बोले यार फोन तो कर लेते। बाद में मैं थोड़ा सेलिब्रिटी टाइप का हुआ, किसी फंक्शन में गया तो शाम को 6 बजे फंक्शन था बहुत बड़ा, तो मैं 5:30 बजे अपने को स्पॉन्सर के पास पहुंच गया चलने के लिए। वो बोला सर इतनी जल्दी क्यों आए हो, मैंने कहा 6 बजे फंक्शन है। बोले 6 बजे तो वहाँ टेंट भी नहीं लगा होगा, तो मैंने कहा टाइमिंग क्यों लिखी है 6 बजे। बोले सर आप थोड़ा वेट करो, मैं किसी को भेजता हूँ 6:30 बजे की क्या पोजीशन है। उसने 6:30 बजे किसी को भेजा, तब पता लगा टेंट वेंट लग रहा था। 7 बजे लोग इकट्ठे हुए, 7:30 बजे मैं पहुंचा। सिविल की बहुत बड़ी कमी है। आप अपनी टाइमिंग में, सोचता हूँ कि आज हम सभी लोग अपनी टाइमिंग तय कर लें। दुनिया कैसे करेगी, वो आपके टाइमिंग से करेगी। जैसे अभी बहुत सुंदर हमारे राइटर साहब बोल रहे थे कि हम तय कर लें। मैं तो अक्सर बोलता हूँ कि जब हम बदलते हैं तो सारे मंजर बदलते हैं, सारे आयाम बदलते हैं, सारे अंजाम बदलते हैं। कौन कहता है भगत सिंह पैदा नहीं होता, पैदा तो रोज होते हैं यारों, बस नाम बदल जाते हैं। तो दोस्तों टूट पड़ो दोस्तों, इंतजार कर रहा है ये दुनिया इन भारतीयों का साहस और इन भारतीयों के पराक्रम को देखने के लिए। प्लीज प्लीज।
वंडरफुल सर। मैं एक जन को अप्रिशिएट करना चाहता हूँ। मैंने देखा है कि बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सेशन से ध्रुव पी नाम के एक है जिसने हर अच्छी चीज के ऊपर क्लैप किया है, उसकी मम्मा और उसकी बेटे ने हर एक चीज के ऊपर। सो ध्रुव, वेरी गुड, आई एम सो हैप्पी, आपका मैं उत्साह देख रहा हूँ। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट। राइट, वंडरफुल मैम एंड सन। What would you like to add to that, Commander? What is
about keeping time, discipline? Yes.
What can the armed forces life teach to the civilians that they also can implement in their life?
आर्म फोर्सेस से जो आप सीखोगे बच्चे लोग, वो है मेरे हिसाब से जो आपको सीखना चाहिए, मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट इज डिसिप्लिन एंड पार्ट ऑफ इट इज द टाइमिंग। आपकी जिंदगी में अभी से स्टार्ट होता है। आप कितनी बार सोचते हो अरे मम्मा बोल रही है ये करो, मम्मा बोल रही है वो करो, मम्मा बोल रही है साफ कर दो, टेबल नहीं आपने साफ किया, आपने कचरा फैला दिया या टाइम पे होमवर्क नहीं किया। वो वहीं से डिसिप्लिन स्टार्ट होता है। आपको जरूरी नहीं है कि फौज ज्वाइन करनी है ताकि डिसिप्लिन सीखें, नहीं, या आपको सिखाया जाएगा। ठीक है, हाँ, फौज ज्वाइन करोगे तो आपको जरूर सिखाया जाएगा। उनके पास बहुत सारे तरीके हैं आपको सिखाने के लिए, बिकॉज दैट इज वन ऑफ द बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट्स, ताकि सारे लोग, जो एक ऑर्डर दिया जाता है एक टाइम पे, एक काम होता है, वो सब लोग कर सकते हैं। पर आप अभी से, इस एज से, कोई जरूरी नहीं आपको फौज ज्वाइन करना है। आप सुबह उठे, आप अपना बेड बना लो, वो एक डिसिप्लिन है। वेदर आप उठो ना उठो, वेदर आपने बेडशीट यूज किया है नहीं किया है, आप अपना बेड बना लो। आपको किसी टाइम बोला गया है कि मामा बोलेगी चलो भाई 9 o'clock ब्रेकफास्ट करना है, तो 9 o'clock आप रेडी हो जाओ। या टीचर ने बोला है कि बेटा कल शाम तक होमवर्क सबमिट कर देना, तो होमवर्क सबमिट करो। अभी से आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे ये छोटी चीजों में, तो आप अपने लाइफ में कभी ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं पाओगे कि मेरे को टाइम नहीं मिल रहा है, या मेरा काम पूरा नहीं हो रहा है, या मेरे को किसी से मिलना है, या मैं अपने कोई हॉबी कर सकता हूँ, या मैं अपने कोई हॉबी डेवलप कर सकता हूँ। सो डिसिप्लिन इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ ए फौजी। जो फौजी के लाइफ है वो इट रोटेट्स अराउंड डिसिप्लिन एंड टाइमिंग। सो आपको जरूरी नहीं है फौजी बनना, आप यहीं पे करो, घर में करो। आपके पास इतनी सारी चीजें हैं, आपको जो इंटरेस्ट है उसमें करो। पेरेंट्स की बात मानो, टीचर्स की बात मानो, दैट इज ऑल्सो डिसिप्लिन। कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि परेड में खड़े होना डिसिप्लिन है। कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको इवेंट में जाना है तो उस टाइम पे ही वही डिसिप्लिन है, वही टाइमिंग है। आप अपना काम खत्म करो टाइम पे, वो भी एक टाइमिंग का डिसिप्लिन है। आप अपना जो आपको बताया जाता है वो करो। आपको जो बोला गया है कि झूठ मत बोलो, सच बोलो, स्टैंड फॉर द करेक्ट थिंग्स, किसी का आपने देखा कुछ गलत हो रहा है तो उसके अगेंस्ट वॉइस दो, ये ऑल दैट इज डिसिप्लिन। ये आप अभी से करोगे इनग्रेन, तो अपने आप आपकी लाइफ बन जाएगी। आपको कोई फौज ज्वाइन करने की जरूरत नहीं है इसमें। एंड हर आदमी को डिसिप्लिन होना चाहिए. एंड लाइक एवरीबडी इज ब्रॉट आउट, फ्यूचर आपका है. आप लोग जो बनाना चाहते हो उस कंट्री को, वो आप यही करके बनाओगे. लाइक मिस्टर मयंक सेड कि इट इज यू हु विल मेक द फ्यूचर ऑफ दिस कंट्री. आप लोग जो बोलोगे वही होगा. आप जितने स्ट्रांगली उसको करवाना चाहते हो वही होगा. दैट इज व्हाट इज I think is what you can learn from the characteristics of a Fauji.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much.
I would like to add into this.
Just 1 minute. So I want to also inform our participants that after this question, we will be opening it for Q&A, where you will be able to ask questions. So some of you have given us your questions through the form. We have taken note of that. If in case you weren't and you've joined separately, then in the chat box, you can put one question, not more than that, one question which you would like to ask our panelists, and we will see if we can answer that, right? And then we will move on to the next part. So these last 20 minutes are very important. So do not ensure that you don't go anywhere. And we will be ending in 20 minutes, but with a very interesting segment. We have a nice surprise for you towards the end also. So yes, Deepak bhai, you were saying something.
Now to add into this, in 2017, I had gone to Belgaum. Belgaum, jidhar commando school hoti hai, where the Ghatak training takes place of infantry soldiers. So when I went there, I was with the instructor. He was a good friend of mine, Major Sinha. So when I was going in a gypsy, so he stopped his vehicle and I saw 6 soldiers, 6 commandos. They were doing crawling in a nala, in a ganda jo nala hota hai, gande नाले में वो crawling कर रहे थे. And that is called as the खूनी नाला. उसको खूनी नाला बोलते हैं. And उस खूनी नाले के अंदर, then I asked sir, मैंने मेजर सिन्हा साहब से पूछा कि सर वो उसमें वो खूनी नाला में क्यों crawl कर रहे हैं? तो सिन्हा साहब ने बोला कि दीपक उसमें बस एक बंदे ने गलती की है. 12 लोगों में जो 6 या 12 लोग जो क्रॉलिंग कर रहे थे, उसमें उस स्क्वाड में सिर्फ एक जने ने गलती की थी. एंड वो भी गलती क्या थी? ही हैड जस्ट लेफ्ट हिज राइफल. पानी पीने के लिए वो राइफल अपनी रख के गया था. ही जस्ट लेफ्ट हिज राइफल. उस एक गलती के कारण सारे जो उसके स्क्वाड मेंबर्स थे, सारे को खूनी नाला में भेज दिया गया था. तो ये होता है फौज में जो डिसिप्लिन है. तो ये सिविल लाइफ में हम कैसे सीख सकते हैं? इफ वी स्टार्ट बीइंग डिसिप्लिन, जैसे अगर हर कोई डिसिप्लिन होना लग जाए तो इस सोसाइटी को खामियाजा नहीं भुगतना पड़ेगा किसी गंदी चीज का. मतलब जैसे अभी कोरोना वायरस का भी जो स्प्रेड हो रहा है, इफ वी मेंटेन दैट डिसिप्लिन, व्हाट जो आर्मी में वो इनकलकेट होता है, मेंटेन डिसिप्लिन, मेंटेन जो डिस्टेंस जो हमको बोला गया है, then मतलब these are the things which you can learn and inculcate in our lives so that we are better off and we are safe. So this is one.
Thank you so much. So as we have some questions coming in, any questions you have, you can put it in the chat box. One of the questions which came to us from our people is from Dr. Ragini Kaul. She's from Delhi itself. So she asks that in what way can we generate more awareness about patriotism and everything? Isn't there a dire need to include our war heroes and their biographies in our curriculum so that our children are more sensitive? If we can have one panelist answer to this, so we'll move ahead with this. And I think you would be the best person to answer this since you have both.
See, मैंने अपने स्कूल में, क्योंकि मैं आर्मी बैकग्राउंड से था, तो तिरंगा झंडा, ट्री कलर फ्लैग, क्योंकि आपने मयंक जी आपने देखा होगा हर क्लास के अंदर, और मेरी जितनी भी ब्रांचेज मैंने बनाई सभी में एक ट्री कलर फ्लैग लगाया गया. उसके बाद जैसे कि दीपक जी ने बोला, ग्रुप पनिशमेंट, क्योंकि मेरे यहाँ पर बच्चे ग्रुप में बैठते हैं, तो अगर एक भी गलता है तो पूरा ग्रुप जिम्मेदार है उस चीज के लिए. मैंने इसको अडॉप्ट किया. फिर एक बड़ी चीज जिसको मैंने भारत बोध के रूप में स्कूल में इम्प्लीमेंट किया, मैं शेयर कर दूंगा. भारत बोध में मैंने केजी क्लास से लेकर के, बिलो केजी से लेकर, नर्सरी से लेके ऊपर तक, क्योंकि जब तक ले आपको प्राउड नहीं होगा आपकी संस्कृति पर, आपकी सभ्यता पर, आपके अचीवमेंट पर, आप एक ओनली एम्प्लॉई हैं. आप सिंपल एक ऐसे आदमी है कि ठीक है मुझे जॉब चाहिए, अगर हिंदुस्तान जॉब नहीं दोगे तो मुझे कहीं और चला जाऊंगा, हिंदुस्तान मुझे अगर रोटी नहीं देगा, शेल्टर नहीं देगा. हम इस तरह के लोगों के साथ में बहुत पैट्रियोटिज्म पैदा नहीं कर सकते जब तक ले भारत बोध. मैंने फिर एक डिजाइन किया कई सालों तक मेहनत करके कि कैसे भारत क्या है. भारत कोई जमीन जंगल पहाड़ का नाम नहीं है. भारत हजारों लोगों की कर्म भूमि और उनके द्वारा बलिदानों का नाम है. उसमें चाहे उसमें बिल्डिंग में हो, चाहे उसमें किसी भी फील्ड में हो, मैंने उस सबको राइट अप किया, कई सौ पेजों का एक डॉक्यूमेंट बनाया, केजी यूकेजी पहली में क्या पढ़ाना चाहिए, क्योंकि तब बच्चा सिर्फ आंख से देखता सुनता है, तो उसमें पैट्रियोटिक सॉन्ग हैं, फ्लैग्स हैं, इन सब के बारे में छोटी फिल्में। मैंने भी डिफेंस सेक्रेटरी साहब को लिखा, क्योंकि पहले डिफेंस सेक्रेटरी डॉक्टर योगेंद्र नारायण मेरे पैटर्न थे। मैंने उनको लिखा कि ये सही टाइम है कि हमें रिक्रूट करने चाहिए यंग बच्चे स्कूलों से, ये फिल्में बनाई जाए। तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा है कोरोना के बाद हम मिल रहे हैं। तो आदमी सब परफेक्ट है, एक एनवायरनमेंट तैयार करना है भारत बोझ का, जिससे हर आदमी को अपने भारतीय होने का गौरव हो। ये कोई एम्प्लॉयमेंट सेशन नहीं है या इनकम सेशन नहीं है, वो भारतीय होने का गौरव हो। उसको जब गौरव होता है तो सच बताऊं, आदमी भूखा भी लड़ लेता है, आदमी गरीबी में भी रह करके अपने माता पिता और अपने देश को नहीं छोड़ता, और जब गौरव खत्म हो जाता है तो सेल करता है, इधर से उधर सेल करता है। इसके लिए मैंने तो एक सिलेबस डिजाइन किया, कम से कम 300-400 पेजों का, और भारत सरकार को भी हैंड ओवर किया, और सभी स्कूलों को देता हूँ। मैं ग्रुप में इसको शेयर कर दूंगा। ये एक तरीका है, क्योंकि अचानक पैट्रियोटिज्म नहीं जगेगा। आजकल तो देखते हैं बच्चे माँ बाप छोड़ देते हैं, देश तो बहुत दूर की बात है, तो अचानक पैट्रियोटिज्म नहीं जगेगा। इसके लिए स्कूलों को ही मेहनत करनी होगी कि किस तरह भारत का बोध मतलब शंका रहित ज्ञान हो जाए इन बच्चों को। इस तरह करके मैंने एक सिलेबस डिजाइन किया, और भी जरूरत पड़ेगी तो मैं कोऑपरेट करने को तैयार हूँ।
I would want to come in, Mayank.
Yes, ma'am.
So, patriotism is something like Ashkumar also mentioned, that it is not that suddenly it will come to us. Like at our home, we are always talking these household things. Yeah. Similarly, how discussions are about war heroes, or if an army is any patriotic thing, becomes a house, and it will be patriotism might seep in. May not take January, August हो गया.
Major Sonu, 1 minute, your voice is cracking. Could you just take a pause for 2 seconds and then speak again?
Sure, I'll stop my video.
Haan,
Is it any better?
Slightly better.
Oh, is it better?
Maybe we'll come back to this maybe for a minute. I think that will be helpful.
Sure.
Okay. So we'll come back to you, Major Sonu, in a couple of minutes. One of the other questions the students wanted to ask, and maybe anyone in the this thing can answer. Should we have 1 year compulsory military training after 18 years? What do you think about this idea? Is this something which can be considered in our country?
Actually, we must also take into account the population of our country. Like in other countries where we have the population is less, like people compare India with other countries which have military service, like compulsory military service. But in our country, there's a lot of young population, and we have a population of 135 crores. So having a military service, 1 year compulsory military service once a person turns 18 is actually impractical. To be honest, it is impractical, and to be implemented, it's very easy to tell. बोलना बहुत आसान है, मतलब के 1 year military service, but the best is the voluntarily. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि कोई forcefully कर रहा है, because if someone is doing forcefully, then it becomes a liability on the forge. If किसी को अगर आपने force करके उसमें डाल दिया, उसका interest नहीं है, so that becomes liability, and liabilities are tougher than assets. So it is good to have a few assets than many liabilities.
Wonderful. So I think one of the follow-up questions for you only is that one of them wants to know about the books you have written and what are they about. So if you could just share the name, and then we'll probably send a link also of it. Thank you, Tanu, for that question.
So the book I have written is I have written 2 books. The first one is the Sher Shah of Kargil, which was launched in 2017. It is the biography of late Captain Vikram Batra. He was the Paramveer Chakra winner. And this is the book here. I have it right here, the Sher Shah of Kargil. So this one for all the viewers. And then while I was researching for the story of Captain Vikram Batra, I came across the stories of many Jawans and many other soldiers who fought the war, like many unsung stories. So I thought that I'll put into their stories in one book, which covers the sectors of the Kargil war, all the sectors, Mashko, Batalik, and Dras. So I came up with another book last year, which was the 20th Kargil Vijay Divas. It is the Kargil folklore. The Kargil folklore. This is here. So I had gone to Dras last year. I had been to Dras last year, and I met the Air Chief Dhanova. I met Bipin Rawat sir, who's CDS right now, and I'm in constant touch with Lieutenant General Y.K. Joshi, the Northern Army commander. So these Lieutenant General Y.K. Joshi helped me a lot in writing this book, and that's about it. These are the two books.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Right. Sorry, someone wants to speak.
मयंक जी,
हाँ अशोक सर. हाँ,
मैं जो 1 साल की ट्रेनिंग वाली बात जो दीपक जी ने कही कि वो वॉलंटरी होनी चाहिए, कंपलसरी नहीं, तो पहली बात ये क्लियर हो जानी चाहिए कि वो ट्रेनिंग कोई लड़ाई लड़ने के लिए नहीं है. 1 साल में कोई हम फौजी नहीं पैदा कर पाते. 9 महीने हम उसको पेशेंस सिखाते हैं, उसको एक डिसिप्लिन सिखाते हैं, लड़ाई नहीं लड़ाते. तो ये जो 1 साल की ट्रेनिंग होगी, ये हथियारों की नहीं होगी, क्योंकि कमांडर मूर्ति साहब भी जानते हैं, सोनू मैम भी जानती हैं कि पहले ट्रेनिंग में कोई आपको डीपी राइफल्स मिलते हैं, कोई हथियार नहीं मिलते. हम आपको एक सिविलियन से ट्रांसफर करते हैं एक फौजी के रूप में, लड़ाई नहीं सिखाते आपको. तो पहले 1 साल जो है, इसमें आपको जिंदगी जीनी आ जाती है, आपको जिंदगी से प्यार हो जाता है. भाई, ये जिंदगी से प्यार होने सिखाने के लिए 1 साल चाहिए बस. आपको जिंदगी से प्यार हो जाएगा, आपको देश से प्यार हो जाएगा, आपको रिश्तों से प्यार हो जाएगा. भाई, ये प्यार अगर चाहिए तो 1 साल हमारे पास आना पड़ेगा, ताकि ये प्यार हम आपको दे सके. जी धन्यवाद, ज्यादा नहीं, बाकी सब तो बेहतर.
Thank you so much, Ashok sir. Okay. So I probably will now invite one of my colleagues, Anjana, to share about something. So just before she does that, as I told you, we have one small surprise for you towards the end. So it's someone who's going to, again, if you enjoyed the poem and the song, then you're going to enjoy this also, which is going to be coming in some time to all of you. What I do want to share about with all of you is that if you like this session and you want to be part of more such session with more such beautiful panelists and programs for your children, then this is a small message which you can consider and know about. After this, we'll also be sharing a form with you. Just for example, a lot of you have filled in a form to get a meeting link to this. By filling that form, you'll get the access and the meeting links for those kind of sections also. So maybe you can just hear about it in 5 minutes, and then we will go back to our panelists for a couple of more questions, and then the ending surprise which we have for all of you. So Anjana, if you could please share with the other opportunities or other programs which we do for our children and parents. Anjana, we can't hear you yet. Anjana, we can't hear you.
1 second. Yeah,
yes.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mayank. Wow, what a inspirational, motivational Sunday morning. Thank you all so much. I speak on behalf of everybody. Good news, we have crossed 100 participants, and I had more people calling in that, please, I want to listen to this. I want to be inspired. We have live streamed on Facebook, and we are so pumped up to be with such esteemed names. So just to talk about valid initiatives, everything that you spoke, sir, Mr. Shubhang, Mr. Ashok, about discipline, about honesty, about being focused is what our CEO, Mr. Mayank Solanki, has based valid initiatives on. So valid initiatives is a a Bangalore-based company which is a leader in values and character-building education in India. We are with around 15,000 children all over India. We have associates and we are associated with schools all over India. And we believe that value education should start along with other subjects at a very young age itself. It should be a part of your education. So we have a lot of workshops that we conduct. Just all the children, please, and parents, just take a look at everything. This is all based on values and character building education. So we have something called as TOGA, which is learning about positive human values through mental, emotional, and physical exercise. So so all our workshops are for different age groups. You can see the age group on the slides. We also have musical storytelling. And what is the stories based on? They are based on love, kindness, gratitude. It could be gratitude in your relationships, towards the country, towards your parents, towards everybody. We have the Great Indian Story. What is the Great Indian Story? It's teaching Ramayana and Mahabharata in a contemporary narrative, you know, and making it parallel to our personal life, our education, and how we could learn from this on everyday basis. The Platinum class, it's specially targeted at teenagers, where we teach them about, sir, it's all about what the army teaches. It's about your time management. It's about where can you grow? What are your habits? What is the importance of consistency and change? It's so important, right? Army teaches this. We are in that zone right now. Self-esteem and confidence. It's about your thinking skills. It's about having clear goals in your life, and it's about your well-being. I think this stands true for everybody, to all children, as even the elders, that how could we grow? So the Platinum class caters to just that. We also have programs for adults. And so we have an interesting program coming up. It's called Epic to Deal with the Pandemic, where we will teach about Mahabharata and Ramayana learnings and how we could relate it to a current scenario where there's so much negativity around us. How do we come out as winners? You know, growth mindset. This is for parents, positive parenting, improved communication skills. We have another session which is called as Let's Haiku. I'll tell you about the details about this in the next slide. We also have for teachers, it's called Classroom Management. Okay, so what's Let's Haiku? So this is a very interesting workshop wherein we teach, it's a simple form of poetry. It's a Japanese form of poetry where you just pause, think, reflect, and express. Sometimes putting your thoughts in a piece of paper helps you to know what you're thinking and helps you to deal with it. We are going through so much of confusion at this time, even in the outside and inside. And what helps us deal with it when we realize what we are actually going through. So poetry is something so simple, but it really has great benefits. So there are upcoming sessions for children in August. We have something on anger management. We have a session called as Talk to My Hand, which is on self-esteem. We have a session on cyberbullying. We have the Great Indian Story Ramayana. And we have a session on inner happiness and well-being, which is called Don't Worry, Be Happy. Last, so we have workshops throughout the year for adults, children, adults specifically. We have for parents, we have for corporates. Please feel free. That's my personal number. My name is Anjana. Please save this message. And if you have any doubts, clarifications, requirements, you can get in touch with me. The last number is our broadcast number. Please save this number and message us so that all our upcoming sessions like this, interesting sessions like this, are also broadcast to you, and you could you could watch us more. Last, thank you. That's my number and email ID. So we believe that feedback is a breakfast of champions. Please give us your feedback. The link is right now on your chat box. It will help us grow. anything that you require, any topic that might interest you, we will really help you. We would really take into consideration. And please stay on the WhatsApp group. I will send you some details about upcoming sessions as well. And I am so happy that all of you could benefit from such a great session. I'm going to give the session back to Mayank, and I am so pumped up about this right now, feeling very excited. Thank you, Mr. Ashok Kumar again. Thank you, Mr. Shubhang. Listening to you all made my morning. Over to you, Mayank. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anjana, for sharing all of that. So all the parents and children, if you want to be part of more sessions, the form which is now on the chat box, that is what you have to fill in. So you will get all the details through a mail ahead. And now for the last and the most interesting surprise and gift which we have for all our panelists, for all the ones who've entered over here. Before I introduce that gift to all of you, or that surprise to all of you, thank you to all the panelists. One, for being present over here. Second, for being a real hero, a frontline hero, and you know, safeguarding our country, taking care of us, giving us such beautiful examples. On behalf of everyone who's attended this this session right now, I'm going to request all students and parents to probably raise your hand like this, looking into your screen, right, and say a thank you to them by just simply bowing to them, right? That's the one thing which you can say. And also look upwards and probably say a thanks to God and all the martyrs who are there and who've given us this kind of joy in our lives. So remember, it's the actions which we do which not only matters to us and for them as well, right? So please fill in that form without fault. And as you fill in the form, our next surprise, or our ending surprise for all of you, is a beautiful rendition or a poem by one of our colleagues, Sneha. So Sneha, over to you. And we are looking forward to this beautiful poem which you have written on this occasion for all of us. Sneha, are you there?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, great. Would you be reciting the poem now?
Are you able to see me, Mayank?
No, that I don't know if I can see or not, but I can hear you for sure. So you can start now.
Yeah. Just a moment. Okay. Hello, everyone. Myself is Sneha Jain. I'm really blessed and thankful to have this opportunity to give a small tribute to our Kargil warriors. And special thanks to Mayank sir and team. Remembering the sacrifices made by the Jawans the year 1999 against Pakistan. कुछ तो बात है मेरी देश की मिट्टी में, जिससे सरहद पार कर आतंकी आते हैं यहाँ दफन होने के लिए. दुनिया करती है जिसे सलाम, वो है भारत का सैनिक महान. वो जो वतन पर मिट गया, वो शहीद है तू. तू शहीद हुआ तो ना जाने कैसे तेरी माँ सोई होगी. गीली मेहंदी रोई होगी घर के किसी कोने में. आंखों का काजल छूटा होगा चुपके चुपके से रोने में. जरा देखो, मौत ने भी तब बुलाया जब बहन राह देख रही होगी रक्षा का कवच लेके. तुझे लगने वाली हर वो गोली भी 100 बार रोई होगी. शत शत नमन तुम्हें जिससे ये साबित किया, फरिश्ते सिर्फ आसमान पर ही नहीं, जमीने हिंद पर उन्हें जवान कहते हैं. जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद. Thank you so much, Mayank. Thanks a lot for this opportunity.
Wonderful. So beautiful. Thank you so much for that. It's been a complete honor for us to have you here. And जैसे अशोक ने कहा कि by looking at young people, right, give such beautiful renditions, have such emotions and efforts towards the country. They can sleep very well. I'm going to change his word. उन्होंने कुछ और कहा था, पर मैं बोला कि आप सो सकते हो अच्छे से, ये जानते हुए कि हमारा देश अच्छे हाथों में, right?
Exactly.
So children, remember, ये कोरोना भी एक ऐसा ही पैंडेमिक और ऐसा ही वॉर है जिसे हमें जीतना है. इस कोरोना को अगर हमको ओवरकम करना है, so we will require all the life skills in unity, which we all can. So do your part by safeguarding this country and the ones next to you. I also learned that loving your country cannot happen without loving your countrymen or your countrywomen. So take care of yourself, take care of these things, be part of these kind of positive things, right? आप डोरेमोन देख सकते थे, आप कार्टून देख सकते थे, आप मूवी देख सकते थे, बट आपने चूज किया देश के बारे में जानने का. Today you took a beautiful step. अब आपको सेकंड स्टेप क्या लेना पता है? इसे बार बार लेना है. इस स्टेप को बार बार लेना है आपको, then you will become the kind of inspiration. और एक दिन वो भी आएगा जब कोई और पैनल डिस्कशन में आपका नाम लिया जाएगा. So that is the one ending comment which I want to make to all of you. Thank you so much for being part of it. Dhruv P wants to ask a question. So Dhruv, either you can write it in the chat box or we can take it ahead from there. But thank you so much all panelists for being part of this and all of you. And let us celebrate.
I want to thank all the parents and students to be here. I mean, as Mayank is saying, you could have done anything being a lazy Sunday. Yeah, but you all chose to be here. So it's an honor to be interacting with you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Right. So
thank you very much, Mayank sir. Like I was going through your website yesterday, and it is I was very actually impressed by the TGI, the Great Indian Story. Actually, no one knows about it too much. Like this is a culture. It is a Indian epic. The Mahabharata and the Ramayana, it is not a mythology like as many people think it is. But like India has the deepest culture, and you are putting so much, you're bringing that into present day. That is absolutely commendable.
Thank you so much, Deepak bhai. On that note, we will also be sending out the link to Deepak's book to all of you. I'm definitely going to purchase a copy. So if you guys want to also please have a look at the book, we'll send the link out to you by getting the link from Deepak, and we'll send a mail to all of you, and we encourage you to do that. Right. Thank you so much, Commander Saab and Ashok sir, for taking your time. I am so happy we had you on the panel. The kind of inspiration you fill in all of us. We can never forget. अब वो 12:30 बजे वाली बात मुझे लगता नहीं कोई भी भूलेगा अभी.
In fact, we should all thank Valuate for even organizing such a beautiful event. Yes, on this special day, on this special occasion, it's a good initiative. I'm sure the children have learnt a lot. Whatever you're learning, the very fact that you are attending Valuate classes itself, I'm sure it opens up so many more things to you. I'm really proud of all of you. And like everybody brought out, instead of seeing Doraemon on a Sunday, you chose to be here. It's an excellent thing. Keep up the good Josh. And thank you very much for listening to us.
And there's a lot of unsung heroes. Like, for example, behind Commander Shubhang Murthy is Vinuta, his wife, who's the reason why he's here, and she introduces to him. So thanks to Vinuta also. Saloni, Shraddha, Rupini, Ashwini, Meenal, all of these people from our team have been so instrumental in making them. So let's give a round of applause from wherever you are for these people, because unke bina ye session ho hi nahi pata. I'm just here for this 1.5 hours, but they are the ones who've done all of that, right? So I have one simple question to ask all of you, and I think all of you know the answer to this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, how's the Josh?
Very high.
Hi, sir. Everyone is muted.
The answer should come from here. If it's coming from here, it's going to happen. And by the way, the reason why I asked this question is because of my wife also. So she's the one who prompted me, saying that Mayank, ye question pucho, sabko acha lagega. So thank you so much everyone for joining in. If for the last time, if you haven't yet, how many of you have filled the form? Give me your hands up. If you filled the form already, give me hands up. Okay, awesome, great. Even if you haven't, we're posting it one last time on the group. And it's simply because we can send across the next meeting link and session to you. Please spread the word. Please share this. We'll be putting a recording of this session up on Facebook again. You can share it with your friends if in case they haven't been part of it. Thank you so much. And the best way to end this is Jai Hind!
Jai Hind!
Jai Hind!
Thank you so much, everyone. Panelists, please stay back. The rest of you can log out, please. Thank you so much. Valid team, please stay back as well. Saloni, could you quickly get the group trimmed, please, to our core team and to the panelists?
Yes, just a minute.
Let Sneha and Abhilasha please be on the team. Saloni, confirm once it's done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, panelists, for this amazing experience. I don't think we could have imagined this better than this. इतना अच्छा रहा आप सबके कारण. Abhilasha and Sneha for the beautiful, beautiful poems. बहुत सुंदर था. All of you for the research which you did, the images which you created. I hope I was able to do some amount of justice to the story also. I mean, the Valid team does not have anything else right now which we can say except for a thanks right now, and we will for sure be reconnecting with you, sharing about you with the panel again. We will share the recording of this meeting with you, so please kindly share it with your wider network. Anything else from anyone from the team wants to add? Saloni, you should speak for sure.
Thank you. I think I want to thank all the panelists, first of all, for being so coordinating. And I know we've reached out to everyone at the last moment, but you all have been amazing and you all have coordinated very well. Thanks a lot, Ashok sir, for providing me your information and pictures and the end moment for sure. And Commander Shubhang, I think he gave me an input which I really didn't know and which helped us not to do anything to be aware for the coming sessions. And even Major Sonu, I think she was very coordinative even when I spoke to her earlier. And Deepak sir, I think he gave me a lot of information and he told me that if you want more people also, I'm always available and will let you know. So thanks a lot to all of you. And I would even thank Mayank to go through the entire process in depth to make us understand much more and to be sure of every small thing. And thanks a lot, Shraddha, Rukmini, Anjana, Kinari, all of you for the back-end help. Abhilasha and Sneha, amazing job with the poetry. I think I did get goosebumps when you all were speaking about it. Thanks a lot.
And I'll request one of our senior members, Meenal. She's our Chief Learning Officer who's been instrumental in actually getting the entire thing together. Meenal, if you could speak a few words, please. Meenal, are you there?
Someone may have to unmute her, I guess.
Okay, wait, let me see. Yeah, I think now she can speak.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm sorry I can't come on video, but thank you so much for this brilliant session. Thank you to the panelists. I think we all did our own research, but the insights and experiences जो आप तीनों ने हमको आज बताया है, आपकी life stories, all of that has really, I think, inspired not only the youngsters but even us, to share this further, your learnings of positive discipline and everything else that you all talked about. Thank you so much for making this such a beautiful and inspiring session for all our participants. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Deepak bhai, do send the links of your books, which people can purchase off online from, to Saloni or to Shraddha, one of them, and we'll ensure that we send it across to our participants. Ashok sir, आपके school के बारे में तो I already have info, so I'll forward the PPT which I have about the school. So I'll send that because many people were asking about that as well. And if there's any email ID, if any student wants to reach out to, if you're okay with it, we will share that so that the email ID so that we can write to you. Is that okay, Major Sonu and Commander Murthy? Right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Email IDs to them so that any child, because there were so many questions. Like one of them was going on asking that I have are there any vets in the army? Did dogs play a part? I want to part. So I think that child definitely wants an answer, Dhruv. So I hope that one of you could give that answer to him, and we'll write that answer. We'll be very responsive about it. So yeah.
Definitely.
Anyone else wants to add?
Definitely. I mean, any answers that require our the most, I'll be very glad to
Surely.
send you
Absolutely.
the information whatever is
I just want to mention a very good thing, the SSB thing, because that is something which a lot of students were wanting to know. If at the end of the day, if you want to get in, how do you get in? So it was a very perfect insight, which one of my questions was that itself, in fact. So you answered it already in that. So I was happy that, it got addressed.
Can't hear you, Mayank. Your voice is breaking.
Okay. Just 1 minute. I'll have to reconnect.
Just a minute, Shraddha, could you stop streaming live?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. Let's stop the stream.
Yeah, Mayank.
I think Mayank is reconnecting. In the meantime, I would want to thank the initiators and the people who have done the groundwork and connecting with us. Thank you very much for making me a part of this initiative.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's an excellent effort. I'm sure a lot more has gone than what can be seen on this video or the audio. The amount of value add put, every one of you have put is unique, and I think that is what makes a company such a valuable company. I'm sure people do look forward to such events, and you're doing an excellent job. I would just say that.
Thank you
add
so
on,
much.
like this company is like very rare and unique in this day and age. Like this is something which is I've come across such a company for the first time in my life, which imparts value educational skills to children, and by conducting like I think Shraddha or someone told me that they have 2 such sessions every month, and they had a yoga session also a few days back. I mean, I'm actually at a loss for words. Matlab, all of you are probably in your late 20s and early 30s, but you're doing things which are which has far-reaching impact. Thank you very much for having me on this.
Yeah, so Mayank would not be able to join in because he's finished his internet pack. But on behalf of him, I would like to thank everyone for taking the time out on a Sunday and accepting our offer to be a part as a panelist. So thank you so much, everyone, and I hope you have a great Sunday. I think Nina wants to say something. I'll just unmute her.
I just wanted to, again, on behalf of Valor, just thank everybody, especially the esteemed panel members, for taking out the time on their Sunday and sharing their valuable lessons to all the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Where are you?
I'm in my house, bro.
How's
What is this, Mayank? Internet pack khatam ho gaya. Are you serious?
सही टाइम पे खत्म हुआ.
Thank God. ठीक है. Awesome, guys.
polls.
See you. Bye bye.